Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
I think I do want to keep Wrath in the case of Tempo Mage. He kept 3 cards, so it's pretty likely to be Tempo Mage. It's Freeze Mage. I'm not sure how well my deck does against Freeze Mage. It has 2 pretty good heals. 3 pretty good heals with Feral Rage. I think I like just playing Wild Growth here. If I just play Wrath here, then on turn 3, all I have is Feral Rage, or just Wild Growth up to 5. Wild Growthing up to 5 doesn't really accomplish anything. Obviously don't want to like pass the next turn. So I think I'm just gonna go with Wild Growth into probably Mire Keeper. That was really aggressive. Maybe I should Wrath Hero Power here. I kind of like just ramping. More mana feels pretty good. The next turn I can get a good trade with the Mire Keeper and Barnes Wrath. And if all he does this turn is Frostbolt, I'm pretty okay with that. Pretty surprised that he traded there. I don't think well, I don't know. Depends on the context of his hand. See what I can pull off Barnes here. Well, that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and hit a nice minion here. Oh, the dream, dude. He needs Polymorph. Off the Babbling Book. Why not? Have the Polymorph. But that's okay. I'm really far ahead on board. And I have 3 more mana than the opponent, so I'm feeling pretty okay about this game. If he didn't get Polymorph, or I guess Polymorph Boar, off of that Babbling Book, the game was actually just over. With the 2 Wraths in my hand, I actually have a lot of plays here. It's like double Wrath the Azure Drake, use 1 Wrath on it in either mode, and then finish it with like Hero Power. But maybe I just send in the Bog Creeper and Moonglade Portal it up to full. I think I kinda like that. Let's continue developing the board. Nice. That's a pretty good Moonglade Portal. 6 mana, 6/6, heal my guy for 4. Got him. Moonglade Portal was too much. Okay, maybe the Barnes was too much.
Malfurion versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! I must protect the wild.
Maybe against Zoo or something I could keep Swipe, but I don't need Swipe against Warrior. Well, I got the Swipe anyway. Question is, do I play Raven Idol here? I don't even really know what I would want off the Raven Idol. I have Wild Growth for next turn. I have removal in hand. I don't think there's that much reason to use the Raven Idol here. Looks like it's a Dragon Warrior. Hopefully he has Priest, Shaman, and Paladin. I hope he has the best hero power in the game. I think the Wild Growth was pretty clearly the only play there. So the question is, do I just play Fandral as a minion here, or do I try to hold it for Raven Idol synergy? If I play it, it's dead to Ravaging Ghoul, Fiery War Axe, Slam, Blood to Ichor, or Chron Elite. Dead to most of his deck. I just play it out here, but it does probably kill the minions on board. I guess if he has Slam Execute, I feel real bad. But that does still take up most of his turn. I can also try to hold Fandral for next turn to combo with Raven Idol. I don't have a play next turn anyway, so maybe that's fine. Is it super greedy to just Hero Power Pass here?
Time waits for no one.
I think instead of Hero Power Pass, I'm just going to kill the Fairy Dragon.
For the wild. Time waits for no one.
Next turn will be Fandral Raven Idol. Possible this is just way too greedy, and I can't afford to be greedy against Dragon Warrior with life tap.
My blade be thirsty.
I think I do like the Fandral Raven Idol here. Fandral doesn't quite kill the Frothing Berserker, but it does put the Frothing Berserker in swipe range, so I don't think I feel too bad about that. Well, Ancient of War is a really good card. I guess I take it. Moonfire doesn't really do anything for me here. Nourish, I don't think I need the Nourish. I think I just want removal. I can play Wrath plus swipe next turn if it comes down to it. Tap at the end of the turn. So I need to remove the Frothing. Pretty much goes without saying. Question is, what do I do along with it? Or how do I do it, I guess. I guess I could Hero Power Wrath into it, but I think this has to be a swipe. I think the play here is swipe and then deal 1 damage to the 2/2. Question is, do I want to cycle the Wrath on it or just Hero Power into it? And I think I just like Hero Powering into it. I have a turn 7 play, and with the Moonglade Portal plus Wrath, that gives me a pretty good turn 8 play. I think I like keeping the 3 damage flexibility of the Wrath. I just saw 1 execute, so hopefully my Ancient of War doesn't just get executed on the spot next turn. So I can clear Azure Drake and the Fenley. I can clear his board with swipe Hero Power. But I think that might be a little bit too passive. I've seen 1 execute, and execute is really the only thing that punishes the Ancient of War here. If he has the execute, it's probably really bad for me, but it's just pretty unlikely that he even has it. And I guess even if he has it, I still have swipe Wrath to clear his board and 2 Moonglade Portals to stabilize. I can clear with swipe Hero Power here. Leaves me with a 5/7 taunt on board. I can also just play Thaurissan here. I think I like just clearing with swipe. Hold the Wild Growth because there's no reason to ramp to 10 mana. He didn't have execute last turn, he would have sent in Fenley and played it. Seems like on turn 9 I can pretty reliably just play Thaurissan plus Wrath. Although that Ragnaros... Of course it hits the minion. What else would it hit? Not my face, that's for sure. Wonder if I cycle the Wrath here. What am I hoping to draw into? Exactly Mulch. I guess my own Rag. No, I can't play Rag this turn. So I guess I'm trying to cycle into Exactly Mulch if I play that. I have too many cards in my deck to go for that play, I think. I think I just have to play Thaurissan here. Maybe I just go ahead and Wrath Ragnaros for 3, just to make it more likely that I can kill it next turn.
Time waits for no one.
I guess putting the 3 damage on the Ragnaros here is a little bit optimistic. It means he needs to not kill my Thaurissan with his hit. But if he misses the Thaurissan, I can just trade it then. And even if the Rag sets me down to 11, I have 12 points of healing in my hand, both of which I can play next turn. The thing is though, if he does kill off the Thaurissan, I don't have a draw that does 5 damage. I guess I just throw a Bog Creeper in the way. Doesn't look like he can kill Thaurissan. Oh, that's bad. I guess I need to cycle the Wrath here. I have to deal 1 damage to this guy to kill it anyway. Living Roots doesn't really change much. Actually, I guess Living Roots is pretty good here. Lets me just put stuff on the board in the way of Ragnaros. Guess I cycle the Wild Growth now. Probably should have cycled the Wild Growth before the Wrath. Okay, I can kill that Thaurissan now. Unfortunately, that's all I can... Or I can kill the Ragnaros now, I should say. But unfortunately, that's all I can do. Hopefully I don't just die to Grom here. Pretty hard to die to Grom here. I think he needs exactly the second Blood to Ichor. I don't think people really play Inner Rage anymore. And if he can't kill me here, I have a lot of stabilization tools in my hand. Looks like I'm dead though.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the wild.
So I obviously keep Wrath. It kills most of Tempo Mage's early game minions. And I think I will keep Living Roots too. The 2 damage is good at killing Cult Sorcerer and Sorcerer's Apprentice. It's not particularly good to just play it as saplings in this matchup, because Mana Worm eats those for free. But if he's going to pass his turn 1, I guess I will just make the 1/1s. This is a really slow opener from the opponent, but it looks like it's going to be a slow opener from me too. Looks like we're both just passing our turn 2. Next turn I can coin out Mire Keeper if he does nothing. Wow. So I guess I should be assuming this is not Tempo Mage at this point. But I am going to play Mire Keeper and ramp up here, regardless of what deck he's playing. It doesn't even seem that likely that he's Freeze Mage, because a Freeze Mage would play Arcane Intellect or Acolyte of Pain on turn 3 before they'd hero power down a sapling.
Let's make magic.
It is Tempo Mage. That was a slow start. I don't really have much of a play here, so I guess I'm going to cycle my Wrath. I don't think there's really that much point in using the Wild Growth here. The ramp just doesn't seem that significant. So I want to play the Raven Idol here. There's obviously some merit to holding it to combo with Fandral, and I don't actually know what I would want. On the other hand, I do just have 1 free mana this turn.
Time waits for no one.
I think I'm going to hold the Raven Idol. Since he had such a slow opener, this might be a bit of a longer game. Maybe I really need the extra card out of Raven Idol, comboed with Fandral. Or I might just also want an extra, or I might also just want the flexibility of picking what I want at the time I want it. Like if I played it right now and I was offered, I don't know, Swipe and Mulch, I don't know which one I would want. I kind of wanted to play the Moonglade Portal here, but I don't think I can leave up the Flamewaker. So if I want to kill Flamewaker, it's either Swipe, Feral Rage, or Mulch. I think Swipe just makes the most sense. It costs the most mana, so it's good to play it here while I can. And 4 mana, or the 4 damage doesn't really have much of a better target than that. Whereas Mulch can maybe hit like Yogg later in the game. Although if he plays Yogg, I'm gonna die. Maybe he plays Antonidas or something though. And Feral Rage has the flexibility of being used for the health. If I play Barnes, I have more good targets than bad targets with Barnes right now. If I play Barnes, I guess I also just Feral Rage down one of the 3/2s.
What to do?
I can also just play Moonglade Portal here, but I have to expect like a 5 health minion just dies on board, and I only get 2 healing out of it. I think I just like going for Barnes here. Show me Yashiraj. That guy is also pretty good. I think I like killing off that 3/2 instead of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, because with the Cult Sorcerer on board, a single Frostbolt can deal with Barnes. I think I want him to have to commit more than that. Also Arcane Blast. But sometimes I just have Mana Worm Firelance Portal. At least that's not a great 5-drop. I think I want to play Bog Creeper here, and I might have to Mulch the 5/4. I guess it would make more sense to just hero power down the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Maybe I just use this as a removal turn, try to Raven Idol into Swipe or something. But even if I get Wrath, that's fine too. I think I am going to start with the Raven Idol and just see where that takes me. I think Swipe is the best card I could have gotten here. I can actually just innervate out the Moonglade Portal here. I think I am going to do that. Probably should have done it first. Are there any 6 mana spell damage minions?
A game? So kind of you to join me.
I guess the Medivh kind of explains why his early turns were so weak. Looks like it's a greedier list. Probably have to mulch the Medivh, but that's fine because I can mulch and Bog Creeper and kill off the Mana Worm. Pretty solid turn for me. I think overall I'm kind of in bad shape right now though. He still has like fireballs and stuff in his deck. Although I guess Fireball doesn't kill Bog Creeper. So if he plays it here, maybe it's not a disaster.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Looks like that's going to be a pretty low value Medivh weapon. That was actually not a very good turn for him. I can start by cycling the Wild Growth. Leaves me with enough mana for Bog Creeper hero power. Oh, that's a nice swipe draw. Yeah, swipe has to be the play here. And I'm just going to play out Fandral as a minion. Is there any reason to kill this? I mean, Mage doesn't play buffs, right? Maybe I just get him for 6. I don't know, that swipe was so good for me. It's kind of like, how do I lose with either play? Yeah, even with Flame Strike, he still has to send in the Murloc, so... Even though the Flame Strike was pretty gross there, it's still kind of fine. Go ahead and cycle Wild Growth here. That Flame Strike with the weapon, though, is so good. That's a pretty good draw, though. Hopefully he commits both of his cards to the board here. If not, I think I'm okay hero powering into that. I have quite a bit of life. Wow. Interesting that he chose to do that. Trade 3 attack for 1 health. Might have been worth it. Definitely a tough call to make. So, Wrath isn't that good of a card. I don't feel too bad just dropping Deathwing here. Not like I have to discard Ysera or something to play Deathwing here. I think I will just play Deathwing. Although, like, Wrath hero power clears, maybe I can try to get something out of my Deathwing. But he's at 18. So if I just play Deathwing here and get him for 12, it's gonna put me in a pretty good spot. And like, what does he do here? If he double fireballs it, I'm pretty happy. Well, he just played Mind Control, so... It's gonna pretend that this Yogg isn't that bad for me, and then the final card's gonna be Mind Control, and he's gonna steal my Deathwing. Is that a bug? There's still a Deathwing on my board. Just gonna draw with Nourish here. I think I'm just gonna play Mire Keeper for the dude here. Put something on the board to contest the Yogg if something bad happens to my Deathwing.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
And if I played the second Nourish, I couldn't play anything along with it. If I had like 1 more mana, I could have tried to Nourish into the Living Roots. I'm really glad I played the Mire Keeper since he played those. I guess I just clear and play Yashiraj here. Even if I hero power, I'm still dead to double Fireball.